After one full year of riding Michelin S1 tires, how do they hold up? And I do ride this bike consistently and hard. My style of riding is low and tight and fast. So I like pushing these tires to the absolute limit that they have, and I ride this bike consistently. I have about 2,000 miles on these tires since I have purchased them, and I've taken them on 100-mile plus road trips in one day many times. So the review that I'm putting down is with extensive heavy use, and that's exactly what I wanted to know when I first got these tires. I did that white wall lettering on my own with a white paint marker. These tires do not come with that, but it's not hard to do if you're interested in doing so yourself. But the tires themselves, how do they look after one full year of riding these things? I must say, you can barely tell that these are used tires. This is the front tire, but if you were to look at the tread here in the middle, but I can stick my fingertip inside of the tread and I still have quite a lot of tread on the front tire. On the sidewall, it is not flat spotted, it is not degraded. These things hold up fantastically. But the rear tire, that's the main question, because this takes the most abuse on the road in every type of way. But same thing. The tread that I have left in the middle of these tires here, if you were to take a quarter like this, I still have about this much left of tread after one full year of riding these. There is no bald spots, there is no flat spotting. The middle of the tire here has a slight, it's not as curvy as it was, because if you were to compare it to the front tire still has quite a bit of curvature. Almost all of it did as it was when it was brand new. Now the rear tire back here is not as curvy as the front one is, which makes sense because this takes the most abuse. But if you look at it straight on, you can still see curvature in the peak of the tire here. It's slightly flat, but nothing crazy because there is still quite a good amount of tread left, as I've shown you. These tires are amazing for longevity. I also want to highlight that when I fill these tires up, they have a 41 PSI max rating on them. I generally fill them up to about 38, 39 because I like to have a little bit of cushion to it when I'm riding, but I do not have to fill these tires up for months at a time. The last time I filled these tires up was at the beginning of this season, which was about 3 to 4 months ago now, and I have not filled them up once since then. Yes, I have checked them and they retain the same pressure. I think that's amazing. In wet conditions, these tires hold up very well too. I live in Michigan and we have all the seasons, and the wet and snowy season is quite long. And when I've taken this bike out with these tires on in heavy rain and snow, they still perform. Now you cannot push your bike to the usual limit that you would, don't do that. But when you do, just give it a little bit more than you think would be comfortable. These tires still grip, they still hold up. Gives you that sense of comfort. They're just wonderful tires overall. I have Michelin S1s on this one and Pilot Street 2s on this bike. I have to say that riding Michelin on both bikes, two different ones, but this one included today, they're just wonderful tires. It is an amazing brand. They hold up very well. They are comfortable, they are reliable, they are strong. Whatever you throw at it, they don't seem to mind. So if you have your eye on these tires, get them. I would highly recommend that you do so because they are cheaper than Pirelli, and I've ridden Pirellis, not on my personal bikes, but on others, and they don't feel significantly different. They're cheaper than those, but they are much better than a cheap Chinese tire or Kenda. They're that perfect ground of a solid tire with everything that you want. These tires are amazing. I can't say anything negative about them. I love them. Yeah, I don't see myself buying any Pirelli tire or anything super high end. Michelin is super solid from both bikes, but especially after riding this for so long. But if you're new to my channel, I like to modify scooters, clearly. I like to make them faster, I like to make them stronger, I like to make them better. And so I just like to give honest reviews about things, products after longevity of use. But if you're a returning viewer, thank you. Thank you for watching. I know I've been on a review kick lately, but it's the end of the season, so I'm trying to sum up what I've learned throughout this season. But there's still modifying stuff going on. I'm tuning up this bike. I'm tuning this bike up completely, and I'll love to make a video about how to do so, what you need, the tools that you need, because that's important. It is time for her to get a nice little tune-up. She has served me very well for this season. I love this bike. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be around. These bikes will be around. Until next time.